What's up, Bulldogs? Alright, so just finished my run here today, and I thought I'd just give you guys kind of a recap. I don't know what exactly the message will be here, but I don't know, there's a story in it. This is probably one of the hardest runs that I had to do in this marathon training. Actually, this run was harder than the last marathon I ran, and it was only a 14-mile run, which is not, not super long. I mean, a 20-mile run is tough, but 14 is usually not that bad, except that I was running 6 of the miles at my new marathon pace, which is an 8-minute mile. And just for some reason, I don't know, maybe just all the training, I was off today, and I just, even though I carved up and everything, I just didn't feel very good for the run. So started off, I had to do 4 warm-up miles, so 9-minute miles, and then 3 miles at 8-minute mile, which is supposed to be my marathon pace. So it should have been, fairly easy, because I'm supposed to run that for 26.2, but just was not feeling it today, was struggling to hold that pace. Then I had to do 4 miles at about a sub 9 minute, and that was even tougher for some reason. Couldn't, it was feeling like hell. I was thinking in my head the whole time I'm running those 4 miles at the 9-minute mile pace, how the fuck am I gonna do the next 3 that I'm supposed to do again at the 8-minute mile pace, 8 to 8:10. And I just kept on holding on. Like, I had to make some choices in my mind at that point. And one of the things, actually, maybe this is the lesson in it, really all of it, is I was listening to the audio book by one of my favorite people, David Goggins, and it's called Can't Hurt Me. You should check it out. I've got a review on it, or I will have a review coming out, but check out the book. Anyway, he was talking about, at one point earlier in the book, about this concept of basically that you only fail if you give up, right? Not if you fail out, right? You only lose if you give up. And I was thinking about that today when I was running, and I was like, well, you know what? I don't feel like I can make the next 3 miles after this at an 8-minute mile pace after all this, and I still got 1 more cool down mile. I mean, that I figured I could make, but I was thinking about dropping back and just slowing down my pace and, just completing the run. And then I thought to myself, that kind of flashed in my head, and I thought, you know what? If I'm not gonna make it today, if I can't do this, I'm gonna fail out. I'm gonna push it to that pace. I'm gonna do what I'm supposed to do. And if my legs won't move, or they won't go, and I can't make that pace, then I'm not gonna give up. I just won't be able to do it. I'll just fail, right? My body will slow down, and I won't be able to run it. And I committed in my head that that's what it was gonna be. I'm gonna either fail out because my body gives up and can't do it, or I'm gonna make it. There is no not feeling like I'm gonna be able to make it and slowing down and giving up, right? So that's what went through my head. And then, around mile 10, around mile 9, 10, again, still not really feeling it, but started to psych myself up for those last 3, the last 3 fast miles at the 8-minute mile pace. And what I did was I started to get excited for it. So I'm like, all right, there's only 0.2 miles before we get to run that 8-minute mile pace and see how far we can go, right? And so now I turned it into, instead of something I'm dreading, something I'm looking forward to, because I want to see how far I can go. Can I make it, how far into that 3 miles? Maybe I can't make it the whole way, but how far can I make it? So when it clicks over, and I'm supposed to run that 8-minute mile pace, I start running, and you know what I'm running? I'm running like a 7:40, 7:50. I had to actually slow down, because I'm feeling good. All of a sudden, I'm feeling good, right? I'm feeling like this is easy, right? Because I'm anticipating that I don't have to complete this whole thing. I just have to give it everything that I got. I just got to push it as much as I can. So I slow down to 8-minute mile pace, and I'm running the 8-minute mile pace easier than I am the 9-minute mile pace. 1 mile clicks by, there's pain, no doubt. It's hard. I'm not gonna lie. There's pain, for sure. But now I'm thinking, all right, well, hey, let me just get 1 done. And then I'm thinking, well, maybe I can complete the 2nd one. And once I got the 2nd one done, then it's like, well, there's no way I'm not completing the 3rd one. All I gotta do is hang on to this pace for just 1 more mile. Of course I'm gonna do that. And then I'm done. Then I just get to jog at a nice, like, 9.5-minute mile pace. The last mile, 14 miles done. Run is done, completed the workout. I mean, I feel like shit, I'm tired as hell. It was painful, right? It was, like I said, one of the hardest workouts that I've done, but I don't know. I mean, that's the thing. It's like, That's the Bulldog mindset, right? That's it right there, is that you just got to push through, and you know, and you got to talk to yourself. And I'm telling myself the whole time, I'm reinforcing my identity, and I'm saying, hey, look, you're the guy who has the fucking YouTube channel called Bulldog Mindset. Are you the fucking Bulldog or not? Like, are you gonna give up on a fucking run? Are you gonna push through? And again, you know, by all rights, with all my training, this should have been easy, right? On marathon day, I was clipping through on mile 20 at sub 8-minute miles for 6 miles, with the last mile, you know, under 8 minutes, like 7.5, almost 7-minute mile. Some of them, you know, sub 8-minute miles, and that was after running 20 miles, right? So by all rights, this run should have been easy. I should have been able to easily do that, but it doesn't matter, right? The world doesn't owe you shit. No one owes you shit. You can't count on, you can't count on anything, right? You just got to you got to play with what you got. And so today, regardless of how hard I was training before, regardless of what I should have been able to do, had to still do it, had to push through. And maybe it's going to be painful today. It's going to be fucking painful today. That's just how life is. So, all right, guys, that's all I got for you today. Hey, if you haven't already, click that subscribe button down below. Click the bell so you don't miss any. I'm gonna get a free rock star here. Check that out. But also, make sure, if you haven't, check that Bulldog quiz to see what your score is, and see, you know, put it down in the comments, and let me know. And I'll talk to you guys next time. Take care.